Well, everyone, we got some breaking news. Hendrick Motorsports yesterday has appealed. The appeals panel has appealed Hendrick's penalty, and NASCAR is not too pleased about it. And Daniel Suarez has been fined $50,000 for a behavioral penalty at COTA.
Back to reality.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about two topics regarding penalties. So if you guys don't know about what happened with Hendrick Motorsports, NASCAR has penalized Hendrick Motorsports with an L2 penalty for the hood louvers not being legal, basically. They've been docked, each car except Chase Elliott because he wasn't racing. They've been docked 100 driver points, I think 100 owner points as well, 10 playoff points for each, and yeah, and they got docked big time. Hendrick Motorsports as a whole was fined $400,000, and all four crew chiefs have been suspended for 4 races. They should be back at Martinsville, and so yeah, they should be back at Martinsville. But the appeals panel, and keep in mind, don't blame NASCAR for this. The appeals panel is separate from NASCAR. It's the National Motorsports Appeals Panel, I believe. I call it the National Motorsports Appeals Panel, which I believe it's for all kinds of motorsports or something that have penalties or something like that. So, yeah, Hendrick Motorsports, they won the appeal. I am surprised that they actually won this. I didn't expect this to happen. I just hope Colleague Racing should win as well, because it's the exact same penalty. So I think Colleague should win as well. So yeah, at this point, but yeah, I didn't really expect this to happen. It's surprised. So they appealed it, but the $400,000 fine is still upheld, as well as the crew chiefs being suspended. But the most valuable thing has returned back to all of those Hendrick drivers, those Hendrick teams, the points. The owners' points have been restored. Everything's been restored back. So Alex Bowman is now your regular season points leader. Kyle Larson's back inside the top 10, as well as William Byron in regular season standings. Chase Elliott, because he's not racing, he's still down there, but yeah. So, yeah, I am, I am actually very surprised, because I thought they wouldn't win, because RFK Racing, they got penalized with a same exact penalty last year for modifying a single source part, which is a big no-no. As well as I heard some other drivers like Petty GMS got slapped with an L1 penalty. Kevin Harvick did last year with an L2 penalty. Michael McDowell did that as well. So yeah, probably I think Hendrick Motorsports has said that it's been like a communication problem, which we of course fans do not know everything from what's behind this. Maybe Hendrick Motorsports did found something. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, and a lot of fans I've seen on the community do not like this penalty at all. Like this move at all from the appeals panel. And guys, if you're mad, don't blame NASCAR. Blame the appeals panel, because they're the ones that made the decisions, and NASCAR's not happy with them either. They send their statement. They were disappointed about the call from the appeals panel. And the appeals panel is not with NASCAR. So if NASCAR owned that appeals panel, Hendrick Motorsports, the appeal would be out the window at this point. So yeah, I didn't expect this to happen, but it is what it is. So Hendrick Motorsports. But the thing is, I heard people been saying that why didn't they just give it the entire penalty then? They just give it the whole penalty back, including the fine, the crew chief suspensions, everything. But instead they gave it the points. So yeah, I am, kind of speechless, because I didn't expect this to happen. I truly don't. And if Kaulig Racing doesn't win the appeal for some odd reason, that would be kind of ironic. That would be seriously ironic because it's the exact same thing that happened. That's just from my standpoint. So, yeah. So I'm still very surprised about that. But now let's move on to this Daniel Suarez penalty. Daniel Suarez has been fined $50,000 for making contact with Alex Bowman on pit road, which was the right call. Which is the right call. Daniel Suarez, he got tangled up in one restart involving Truex, and it's just bad luck for Daniel Suarez overall. I hate it for Daniel Suarez, man. He's really good on road courses. He got screwed out of a top good finish, and he has every right to be upset. I'm sure. I mean, again, I hate it for Daniel Suarez, man. But what he did there was a little too far. It was too far for hitting a guy's bumper on pit road. Like, don't do that, guys. Just don't make contact with another car on pit road because there are officials nearby. A car could easily spun out. Like, that was clearly not a smart move by Daniel Suarez. But I mean, Daniel Suarez, he also was upset with his teammate Ross Chastain, which I think Daniel Suarez is not a big fan of Ross Chastain's aggressive move, which I totally understand that. I'm not a big fan of his aggressive driving either. So, yeah, but doesn't change the fact, but what Daniel Suarez did there was just taking an inch too far, and yeah, he got it. So, yeah, this penalty was the right call. But yeah, it's still I just hate it for Daniel Suarez, man. I truly hate it for him that he didn't get a top 10 finish because he had a very good car at COTA. He really did, guys. He had such a good car at COTA. Um, hopefully he gets some more good finishes, and hopefully he'll get another win this year. I predicted him to make the playoffs this year. I truly predicted him I did predict him to make the playoffs this year, and from what I've seen by him, I think he's gonna make the playoffs again this year, guys. That's just how I feel. So yeah, I predict Suarez during the playoffs, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But he's fined $50,000 for his contact on pit road, so which again is rightfully deserved. So yeah, it's unfortunate for Daniel Suarez, but that was again, in the rule book, you do not make contact with cars on pit road. For example, Ty Gibbs. What Ty Gibbs did was extremely stupid. He almost forced Ty Dillon to run into officials. Remember the Texas incident last year? That one? That was very stupid of him. He just absolutely deserved that fine. And not to mention, last year he got in a fight with St. Mary, and he also made contact on pit road last year. So it's again, Ty Gibbs did deserve those penalties, and I think NASCAR's been consistent with pit road, like NASCAR drivers hitting cars on pit road. They've been extremely consistent with that. So yeah, so yeah, Daniel Suarez has been fined $50,000 for this. So yeah. So what do you guys think about these penalties that have been announced? So yeah, and about the Hendrick penalty, Hendrick Motorsports said in their statement that they were pleased with the appeals panel cooperating, and then NASCAR was not happy about it, and same with some NASCAR fans as well. And Daniel Suarez has been fined $50,000 for this. $50,000 for contact with Alex Bowman's car on pit road. I can maybe say Ross Chastain as well. He bumped Chastain out of the way to get to Bowman. So yeah, guys. So what do you guys think about these penalties or this appeal? Let me know in the comments. And stay tuned for my next video, which will be about the future of NASCAR gaming. And anyways, guys, this is Preston signing off. Peace out. Stay tuned for the next video.